Hello. Sorry, I'm a little early today, but welcome to Tim's Maniac Sports. Okay, what I'm going to talk about today, and there's been a lot of talk about Ben Johnson's new offense and the way it's going to work out, and excuse me, and how it has been tailor made for our quarterback, Jared Goff. Uh, is this really going to work? They are putting in the work to make it work. So if anything at all is going to bring Jared Goff to be that elite quarterback, to be that elite leader, it's going to be him working with side by side, tailor made, and also having the weapons that he needs to go ahead and create that offense, go ahead and run the offense the way that it needs to be done. I mean, look at the weapons you have. We already had Jamal Anderson, and we already had Jamal Williams, sorry, and Don Swift, DeAndre Swift, and TJ Hawkinson. We had Netflix, of course, Hulu now. Uh, we also had Amon Rod St. Brown. These are all people that we have had, but we have added to that this year. Also, Cephas is good. These people are healthy now. Our offensive line is healthy now. And with the running game, with the work that you have seen going forth by the workout and by the strength, just the sheer strength that um, DeAndre Swift has went ahead and added muscle mass to his body, make himself better conditioned to go ahead and prove this, to prove himself to everybody. And I'm just think the Lions are going to be outstanding in their offense. There's only if they can keep away from the injury bug, because we know the Lions have had every team needs to deal with that, but it seems like the Detroit Lions have had more than their fair share of the injury bug. People getting hurt, and even with the amount of injuries that we have had, that the Lions had last year, they still was competitive in a lot of games. They didn't win a lot. They came very, very close to winning. Plus, Jared Goff was new to the system, uh, and he really, really didn't really know exactly how to, you know, he didn't have the camaraderie with the players that I think he has now. And when you got an offensive coordinator like Ben Johnson, it's going to do nothing but help his play. And where Jared Goff is actually showing, where they're actually working together to put in a place that worked well in Los Angeles. And that he was able to execute, and that did get him to that Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that he was the only one that got him to the Super Bowl, because he had the tools and the equipment around him. He had, defense. He had the strong defense. He had the running game over there, and LA has also known how to build a team. Now, in saying that, how long do we give Jared Goff if this year is a bust? Okay, how many games does he need to win in order for you guys, for the fan base, to really or to really accept him as a quarterback? Is this his team? And are the Detroit Lions making a mistake by not having a better backup and not having somebody? I mean, hey, even if Jared Goff works out great and which I hope he does because I'm a Detroit Lions fan. I want to see the Lions win. I want to see the Detroit Lions, go ahead and make the playoffs. I want to see them win over 10 games this year, 10 or greater. I understand that's high expectations. I understand to a lot of people that is not realistic, but to me it is because they're a better team. Now, I do know they still have some weaknesses that they got to address, still, especially in linebacker. And also our corners, some of them are questionable. We don't have that shutdown corners yet to prove it, but hopefully the coaches can go ahead and make adjustments, can go ahead and bring in, put people in the right places, go ahead and um, make the adjustments to that they need, and we can have a good enough defense to help Jared Goff and the offense win the games. Now, I mean, you and of course this is counting that our offense needs to be two-dimensional. We need to have that running game as well as the passing game to go ahead and really win. Now, I'm hoping I'm always been one that's liked a quick scoring game. I want to see touchdowns. I don't want to see field goals. I mean, yeah, we need that kicker just in case, and Lord knows throughout their years, the kicker has really saved the Detroit Lions as far as in getting points. But a kicking game is not going to win the ball game in itself. All right. So this is just what I'm hoping that the Lions can go ahead and put together a winning offense, a winning program. Uh, and if Jared Goff does great, and he's able to go ahead and make this team his own, because, hey, it would have been hard for anybody to come up behind Matthew Stafford and make this team his own because Matthew Stafford was actually the goal of the Lions. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to say that I was always keen on Matthew Stafford because, hey, I gave Matthew Stafford his criticisms, believe me, because we didn't get the big wins and stuff like that. We did get comeback wins and stuff like that, but I mean, there was times when I really was like, yeah, we got to trade this dude and stuff like that, see what we can get. Well, of course, last year at the beginning of the game, that was one thing that my friend would go ahead and rub in my face that, yeah, we traded Matthew Stafford and look what we got with Jared Goff. At the beginning of the year, hey, he actually really sucked. I mean, let's just face it. But he was thrown in a bad situation. He never had Kevin Johnson. He never had anybody. I mean, his receivers were prove it deals. And plus, you didn't, Amron St. Brown didn't really show up. I mean, in he was with the Lions at the beginning of the year, stuff like that. But they really didn't start throwing the ball to him until people got hurt. And so Jared Goff had nothing to work with. His confidence was low because of being traded, because LA thought that he could never get the job done. But will Goff, will Ben Johnson be able to do something that has eluded the Lions in so many years? Win games. Go ahead and qualify for the playoffs. Win a playoff game. I'll tell you, winning cures all ills. you know, winning, if he can go ahead and win, you know, due to his sheer putting in the work. I mean, there's been stories about him and his, receivers and the offense working together to get this thing going. And I really think that there is something different on the lines. And I'm not the type of person that's going to hold back because I'm not afraid of what you guys are going to say to me if the Lions do not win 10 games. I'm going to say that my Lions are going to win 10 games. Now, am I critical for the people that just go by evaluating talent and stuff like that? No, I'm not. Because hey, I understand. You know, I know on other people's shows, they don't think that the Lions are, they think that the 10 game deal is the higher end of the spectrum. Well, to me, that's a low end of the spectrum, and I expect them to win at least 10 games. This is what I want. This is my expectation because my expectations are high. Now they got to execute. They got to go ahead and ball out basically in order to do this. Now, uh, last year, it took them a while to get up, to get going. It took them quite a while to go ahead and get things going, and they never really had the full offensive line that they got now. And then Jamal Williams had gotten hurt, and then DeAndre Swift got hurt, and of course T.J. Hawkinson's got hurt. Cephas got hurt. A lot of your people that you were depending on, and also Prochet, he never even made the team. So there was a lot going wrong last year that they don't got. Plus, we had a harder schedule than what we have now. And Dan Campbell is a second year coach, and we have a coordinator that is not afraid to go ahead and um, throw the ball down the field. And shoot, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't have a much better season. And I don't see why 10 games in a 17 game season is not attainable. Because, hey, I mean, it's since I've been watching the Lions, the Detroit Lions, the best season they had, of course, was a 91 season when they went 12-4. Now, granted, they had Barry Sanders then. Granted, they had to run and shoot then. Herman Moore was just his first year. But with a journeyman quarterback, they went ahead with the right system, with the right offense. They went ahead and won their only playoff game since the Super Bowl started. And you can't tell me that team and that quarterback was that much better than the team we had now. Than the team we have now. Now, yeah, we did have, I do think we had better corners too. Yeah, I really was not. I really was not expecting to talk about the 91 season, but hey, one thing led into the other, and hey, a lot of my stuff is impromptu. Okay. All right. So, I don't have a script. So, a lot of these are just my feelings and what I feel they should be able to do. I am starting to try to make this show better though, so I want to try to be professional. Uh, And just so you guys don't get confused, all right, I do own actually two YouTube channels. Um, there is Maniac Sports, and then there is Tim's Maniac Sports. Right now, Maniac Sports is kind of like a been put on the back burner. It was never really brought up because I want this one to be a little bit more radical than the other one, and um, a little bit more promoted. Uh, this one is also tied to my also created my email address is maniacsports@gmail.com. I also have and that's the email that I really want people to use if people want to email me, because I do have another sports fan email, but I get so much junk mail um, that I don't, I in that email that I don't. It's too hard to really read it, and I don't know whoever you 5 viewers are, because I really am just learning StreamYard, and that's what I'm learning now. So I got to find out more on how to get the comments here, because I'm not seeing any comments. But hey, I just want to thank you guys for looking at, for watching my show. I really want to. Uh, Please hit that like button. I want to thank the people who have subscribed to my channel on YouTube. I want to thank all you guys. And I want to thank you guys for being up this early in the morning or late at night, whatever you guys want to consider it. But it's just thank you for being there. And I also want to thank um, Lions Nation Unite. I want to put in a plug for them because, hey, I am a part of Lions Nation Unite, but I am not. I'm part of them through Detroit Lions on the Prowl, which was a company that I helped start, a channel that I helped co-create. Um, so please look for me on there. I also want to thank Tristan for offering to go ahead and promote my videos, my show in Facebook groups and stuff like that too. I really appreciate it. I want to thank Smoking Jeremy. I want for me and him's going to get together and do a show for you. I haven't got back with him on a date. Uh, Please make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to Michael Mike's channel. Make sure you subscribe to Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And make sure you guys download the Lions Nation Unite app with Herman Moore, because that is a gift um, to the fans from him. And also subscribe to his YouTube channel too, because he's really making some good shows. He's doing talent. He'll go ahead and break down his wide receiver groups and stuff like that. Hey, Tristan, glad you're here. Thanks for thanks for everything you do. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, so, How many wins do you think the Lions will have this year? I like I'm saying, I'm going 10 or greater. I know that's a ambitious way of going, but I'm looking for it, and I want to see that. And make sure you look up Tristan's channel too. I don't know a lot about it, but subscribe to him. Uh, Also, subscribe to anybody on the Detroit Sports Alliance. Um, yeah, and what do I look forward to is I'm looking for the Lions putting the hurt on a lot of people this year offensively, and I'm looking for the Lions to win the NFC North because I really want to see the Detroit Lions knock the Green Bay Packers down 3, maybe 10 pegs, and I want to see them knock the Chicago Bears down and also the Minnesota Vikings. Hey, those are my rivals, and I anytime we can slap those boys up, it's better. It is really better, you know. Um, thank you guys. Uh, I I think coaching the coaches that the Lions have right now, I really think that they're going to, on the defensive side and also on the offensive side, I just think that that's going to make the difference this year too, with the way you can bring out the talent because the talent that you got on this team, all right, sure, it may be lacking in some areas, but they're growing. They're young. There's a lot of young players. And then there's also old veterans like Big V that's been switched to his spot that he's a lot more comfortable and can play a lot better. So, you just got to really realize that, hey, these are not the same old Detroit Lions. People in Detroit need to start getting excited about about the about the way the Lions are building. And if we have another disappointing season, I don't know. You know, I don't know what. Well, I know one thing for sure. I will still be a Lions fan. Uh, I went through the 0-16 season, but I'm just saying too that there's a lot of diehard Lions fans that that stick with the Lions no matter what. They are not um, bandwagon jumpers. They've been through the 12-4 season or 12-4 season, and they've been in it through the 0-16 season. So they have seen a lot more worse than good. But hey, they're still here. They're still here. We have been through the Scotty Mitchells. We have been through the Eric Hippos. I mean, Tristan, I know you're probably too young to remember Eric Hippo, but Gary Danielson. Um, when I first started watching the Lions, I mean, I started watching them later in life, so it was well later and not much later. I was like 18 years old, I think it was when I started watching them. But our quarterback back then was just from Grand Valley State College, and it was Gary Danielson. Local guy. He ended up getting hurt. Eric Hippo comes in right away, gets 2 touchdown passes. Or two, and shoot, he ends up getting the job. We've been through them going from him to then they drafted Rodney Pete and Andre Ware pretty much in the same era as Barry Sanders. And shoot, that was when Eric Hippo decided, hey, he knew that being third string quarterback, he was never going to get the chance to be first string again, so he ended up retiring. But we have seen a lot of god awful quarterbacks. We have seen very few good ones. But we have not seen a system since the run and shoot and that really created wins. Uh, We have also seen Scott Mitchell. I know I brought him up on the Detroit Lions on the Pro Show on Friday, Free for All Friday, and Luke G was saying, man, he hated that guy. Yeah, afterwards. But it was like, okay, um, I felt the Lions did wrong when they got Scott Mitchell because it was like he had one good game for Danny Marino once, because he was injured and they signed him because of his quick release. And hey, he never really amounted to much. I mean, we did get to playoffs a couple times with him, one or two times, but I know we got killed by the Eagles. Um, I remember that the AFC used to really kill us, and oh, but okay, let's leave the past behind. And with how the Lions are building now, I think they are building the right way. Where we got a foundation. I would like to see, however, no matter what happens with Jared Goff, I would like to see somebody better uh, to take over when he's gone, too. I mean, hey, if Jared Goff can go ahead and be that quarterback and can lead us to um, championship games, can lead us, to the playoffs, and then eventually get us to the uh, NFC Championship game, and then hopefully the Super Bowl. Something Lions fans desperately want to see. Um, hey, let's get it done. I mean, it's just we have the Lions fans have suffered through coach after coach after coach, um, and I think Dan Campbell might be the right coach, and more power to him. Brad Holmes going ahead and building the team the way he is. Uh, I also think that Sheila Ford cares more about this team than what her father did. And I think that she really wants to see this team win. And I feel the Fords are not the true owners of the team because without the fans, you do not have a team. You do not have that revenue, at least a big part of it. And so, really, the true owners are the fans. Unfortunately, we're not the ones that can make all the decisions. But I do think that Martha Ford handing the reins over to Sheila Hemp is going to make a difference because this is her focus. And I do think that she's the main reason right now that we got the receivers we got. Because if you remember last year in the war room, he kept asking Brad Holmes, when are we going to draft the receiver? When are we going to draft the receiver? Well, this year, in the first round, we drafted a receiver. This year, we also went ahead and in free agency got DJ Shark. So, hey. But I'm going to end this show pretty soon. I just hope everybody has a great work week. I want to thank anybody who listened. Uh, and I do appreciate you, Tristan, for really promoting my channel, for showing up here, and for giving me the comment. I thank you. Uh, I do want to say, go Lions, one pride, and let's get some wins. I can't wait for the season, and I'm going to try to make it 2 at least a couple of the practices, I, training camp practices. I know I went to a couple of them last year with Jim. I'm hoping to see people there from Detroit Lions on the Prowl, from Lions Nation Unite, and anybody else. Uh, I will keep you posted. It will all depend on if I can get the time off from work, but I do got vacation days, so it's early enough. I should be able to. With that, I want to wish everybody a good night, and thanks again.